day-to-day, working with the township manager and dealing with day-to-day legal issues that arise with the township. The most significant things that happened over the past month were we were successful in dismissing a condemnation case at a very early stage for the township, which is good, as the township won't have to continue on in that case and spend additional legal fees. There was a case that we wanted to Court of Common Pleas level, the Otis case. It's since been appealed to the Commonwealth Court, so we'll be participating in that appeal. We actually served the findings of fact, conclusions of law, and decision in the Augustine Well-Pad conditional use hearing in August. We've gotten a sheriff's sale teed up that was approved, I think, last year by the board. It's coming up in October. And we've been working with the school district on a parcel of property that it's near the ambulance company, and there are two parcels. I think about a year or so ago, the school agreed to turn over one of the parcels to the township, transfer it to us by deed. That is now going to be happening. They've asked us to prepare the deed, which we're doing, and we'll move forward and get that finalized, hopefully within the next month or so.
That's it? Okay, Chief? I'm going to give residents a chance. Anybody else have any comments or general comments you want to bring up? I think Mike, you want to be first. Okay. Feel free now.
Might make it easier than I think about it. I just have some handouts you guys want to look at.
Sure, Mike.
Basically, what I was referring to is historically we seem to be fighting ourselves when it comes to legal issues, and I believe it's around John Smith, who used to be our prior solicitor. And in that handout, just wanted to identify that maybe some of these responses that seemed to be arguing against were actually authored by John Smith, which I believe is in violation of Section 1.6 and 1.9 of the Pennsylvania Rules of Professional Conduct. What I'm referring to is the first two pages refer to some actions that were against the Supervisors and Zoning Hearing Board. It seems to be drafted by Counsel of Record Michael A. Maccagnan, and it refers to an attorney firm, but the phone numbers are actually directed to John Smith's firm. And both of them were executed that way. And the third document is Smith Butts LLC webpage, and you can quite often see the phone numbers are there. So the only reason I bring this up is I think the supervisors would be wise to ask the question of whether he was involved in authoring the documents that you were fighting. And I think you spent legal fees, and I think it's a violation. I think he ought to be responsible for at least answering whether he participated, and is still participating, which, based on the Commonwealth professional conduct, is either a conflict of interest, and I can argue it both ways, actually. He actually was responsible for drafting the ordinance that was enacted by the board, and subsequently now he's arguing that the ordinance might not be valid. How can, if he authored that, you know, if he was involved in authoring the response? I think it would be an easy question.
All right, just so you don't go too far off the path, we'll look into that. I understand what you're saying.
That's all I really want to do, because I think it's a little odd that his numbers are on certain.
But he's not here to defend himself, so I don't like the...
Well, no, I'm looking forward to defend myself. Well, all I'm saying is, Tom, is if that's true, if he argued it...
You said if, so just stop there. Let us look into that now, what you're saying. You said if it's true, we don't know if it is. You're in a public meeting now, he's not here, so you made your point, we understand it. So go ahead, you said there were some other things though, too.
Yeah, because I'll make a, well, let me finish up this. I agree. Then you'll look into it, you'll provide an answer, or otherwise we'll have to do something more professional.
Give us a chance first.
Okay. Thank you.
I thought you said you had several items.
Several related to that.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, I could go on, but you kind of cut me short there, so.
Well, if it's the same subject, you made your point. Anybody else? General comments? Go ahead. I went to some municipality where they have a queue that lines up.
Put the mic in the audience.
Could you please grab the microphone too?